Hey everybody, this is David, aka Chessman. I'm back just training with some chess bots. I'm now at up to the intermediate bots, so I'm just gonna play a few games and just try to figure it out. I'm gonna stick with e4 like I've been doing. I really want to fine tune e4. I, I'm trying to think of how far I want to go with e4 before I switch and start playing what I want to play as black or play d4. Because I want to be able to play e4, d4, c4, and knight f3. That's my goal. I also want to be able to play it with the black pieces when I'm playing against d4. I want to be able to play d5 and knight f6. And then against e4, I think I want to start with the Caro-Kann, but I also want to play the Sicilian, the French defense, and e5. Those are my long-term goals. I want to be proficient in all those. And then I also I got to figure out what to play against c4 and play with c4 and what to play against knight f3. Um, I so I'm trying to decide how far I'm going to go with e4. I think I might stop at the intermediate bots or the advanced bots. I'm not sure. And then switch to what I'm going to play with the black pieces. And then when I get what I'm going to put the black pieces up to the same level, so we'll see. I'm really anxious because I feel pretty good about e4 already. I I'm kind of I kind of already have some experience with e4, so but it's the other it's I'm less confident about what I'm playing with the black pieces, and I'm less confident about what I'm playing when I play d4, c4, and knight f3. So I can't wait to work on those openings. But today we're gonna stick with e4, and I'm trying to get to each level and just kind of figure out the level. I got through the beginner bots pretty easily. The intermediate bots, I have a feeling I'm probably going to be able to beat them pretty easily as well. Well, maybe not easily, but I want to get really good at it. Like I want to get really good at converting, and I'm trying to still figure out what my strategy is going to be because I'm trying to pretend that there's a clock, and I'm trying to decide which kind of moves I'm trying to play just to buy time on the clock or trying to keep the game going. So I might choose moves. I'm thinking I'll choose moves that are more about keeping material on the board and waiting for my opponent to make mistakes. I think, um, but I'm not sure. There are times where I feel like when you're winning, you should trade down. So I'm trying to decide what my overall strategy is going to be. I know I play knight f3. I'm also going to keep taking notes of the openings. Um, I feel like I already got a few for e4. Like I don't even have to look. I already know I play bishop b5 here. Um, but I think I'm gonna keep doing till move 5, and then write that down, and then I'm gonna put this in my notepad, and then what I put in my notepad I just review after, or tomorrow I'll review it a few times, and then maybe the next day I'll review it again, and the next day I'll review it again. So just trying to learn as much as I can as I go. So like this is a new move, bishop b4. I don't know what to play against that. Well, c3 seems obvious, but it's not something I'm familiar with. So I am going to write this down. So 1 e4, e5, 2 knight f3, knight c6, 3 bishop b5, and I think I'll just then I'll do bishop b4. C3 is the best move, and it makes sense to me, so I'm choosing to play that whenever that comes up. So I'm going to put that down, c3, 4, c3. I think I'll do move 5 as well. Maybe up to move 6. For some reason, I've decided I like going to move 6 when I'm playing the white pieces. I don't know why, it just feels good. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so played bishop a5. So bishop a5, move 5. See, it says bishop takes c6, but I think I'm going to do the second move just to avoid trading pieces. On the other hand, this is where I gotta think. I'm trying to decide the move that I would most likely play in a game. I probably wouldn't take the knight. I don't like playing a4, to be honest. Just extending my pawn like that, I just don't like it. It's probably fine, but I haven't learned to like those kind of moves. So castling looks good to me, even though it's not even close to being one of the best moves. So this is where I'm trying to decide, do I want to play something that's more natural to what I would play? I guess taking the knight, I think I win a pawn, but I don't know, because queen e7, okay, because bishop takes c6, and then d takes c6, and then knight takes pawn, but then queen to e7. Then I move the knight, and then I lose the pawn. So I really got to decide, do I want to play the best move or what I feel like playing? I'm trying to decide, do I care about getting the edge out in the opening? Because as I play stronger bots or stronger opponents, they're not going to make mistakes in the opening. So it makes sense to not try to gain a huge advantage in the opening, just to try to survive the opening. And I feel like castling and developing my pieces is a better decision, and try to win in the middle game or the end game. So I'm gonna castle. So I'm putting castles down, and that's what I'm gonna do. Even though it's not even close to the best move. Okay. I think rook to b8 was a mistake, but I'm not sure how to punish it. I don't think there is a way to punish it. I think this is where you just got to keep developing your pieces. d4 looks great to me, so I don't think I'm going to write down rook to b8. I think this is where I need to trust that I'd be able to find a good move. So I'm just going to save what I got so far. What to learn? Okay, so now I'm just gonna play the rest of the game I'm not gonna take any more notes. At some point, I'll probably need to be recording more. I think I'm gonna be looking at Grandmaster games that are playing my openings, and learn how to get further into the game, I think. But for now on, I think till move 5 or 6 is really good for me. At this level, I don't think I need to know more than that. So I like d4. Makes sense to me. All right. I kind of like, I'm trying to look at the board first and before looking at the engine lines and just seeing what I like naturally. I am kind of choosing out of the top 5 moves that it's suggesting, but what calls out to me is D takes E5 because I don't like closed positions. I hate closed positions. So taking in the center, opening up that D line looks good to me, even though it might mean we're going to get a queen trade. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to bother me. It's weird. There are times I don't want to trade, and there are times I don't mind, and I'm trying to figure that out. All right, so D takes E5 is the third best move. I'm trying to see if there's any tactics, so that's why I'm looking at the engine lines now. It says B4 is the best move by far, and then Queen A4. I don't see any tactics right off. Well, maybe Queen A4. It's Queen A4, Bishop B6. Take the knight, pawn takes, and then queen takes the pawn with check. Bishop defends, and I don't like it. I'm going to go with what I like, and I'm going to take. Okay, now I just want to take again. That's kind of what I want to do. But is there anything better? Like, I don't understand any of the moves it's suggesting. I don't understand why putting my knight onto A3, even though that's the second best move. Bishop F4, okay, I develop a piece, defends this pawn. I guess that makes sense. I guess I'm also putting more pressure onto this pawn. But what do I like? Personally, I just like taking. Just get another pawn. I'm deciding if that's what I want to do. Because I don't need to be up 4 points. I don't think. 2 points or higher is plenty. But let me think. I just want to see how bad is that move. All right, still 3-point advantage. Okay, so now what? Now I like Bishop F4. Rook E1 I like as well. I always like Rook E1. I think Bishop F4. Okay, I like that. It looks like the D6 pawn is hanging. Why is that not the best move? Knight A3, it really likes Knight A3. And Knight B to D2. Knight B to D2 is alright, but I kind of like winning a pawn. And I'm attacking, well, I'm kind of attacking the rook. Because I'm threatening to take this knight, which is defending the rook, and then take the rook. And to win a pawn, I'm okay with trading queens. So I'm just going to do what I think looks good. I'm going to take. And obviously, I'm going to take the queen and attack the rook. All right. So it says I'm up 4 points, but material-wise, I'm up. Let's see. We both got rooks. We both got 2 bishops and 2 knights. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pawns, and black only has 5 pawns. I need to learn to be able to convert being only 2 pawns up. I need to learn to do that. So I like just developing the knight B to D2. I'm wondering if I just take the knight, because the pawn capture, the pawn would become a weakness, so that's an advantage. I think I'm just gonna try take it. I'm just gonna take, because I think I'm still way ahead. Like, yeah. So it makes the game a little simpler. Let's see. So because I should be able to win without those pieces, without that piece. Let's see. I think I just want to develop the knight. Because I don't see anything active that black can do. That's a real problem. So I'm just going to develop. And I'm going to wait for my opponent to make a mistake. See, bishop to f6, I don't really see that as doing anything, because it's not going to be able to take these pawns. I feel like developing the rooks is probably the best. And just, again, wait for my opponent to make a mistake. I think that's the strategy I want to approach. So I think I'm just going to go rook to e1, which happens to be the best move. That doesn't bother me. Again, I'm up 2 points, so any trades are fine. I think I like h3. I like also rook a to d1. I think I'm just going to h3 and just see if black wants to trade pieces. Nope. Put the bishops out of there. All right. Not seeing any moves, but I think rook a to d1 is what I want to do. I like now that I have a place to tuck in my bishop if I want. I don't know which way I want him to go, though. That way's good, too. I think I'm just going to develop the rook towards the center. Now I really don't know what to do. I'm just definitely going to trade. I like that my opponent doesn't have 2 bishops now. I was thinking of my knight going here. Going to c4. Just opening my rook. But what is my overall plan? It's weird not having any bishops. I kind of also like knight to e5, attacking the bishop. Trade another couple pieces off. Like, I really need to learn how to convert these wins, even if my opponent doesn't make any more mistakes. And it just seems like a very long game. But that's what I got to learn. Let's see. So what's my strategy? Do I want to trade more pieces, or do I just want to move the knights around? Because my rooks are fine. I don't see why I need to put my rooks, unless I want to double up my rooks, which I would want to double up on the d file. What do I want to do? I think I'm just going to attack the bishop. And I am definitely going to take the bishop. What is my plan? I'm kind of liking f4. I'm also liking knight to b3. Just defending the b2 pawn. And I might want to jump to c5. That might be a good post for my knight. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go knight to b3. I'm thinking I might do e4 though. But I do think I like my knight here. And I'm definitely going to take this opportunity to double up. Or maybe win a pawn. I think I'm just going to double up. And I'm just going to trade pieces. Because these two pieces are terrible. So I know I have the edge. And now I think I will just win a pawn. And like pin the knight at the same time. That's great. Alright, now what? I'm up another pawn. I don't see a way to attack the knight with my knight. What's the plan? The only thing I think of is advance my pawns. A4. I think I'm going to go b4 first. I just want to get rid of the targets that this rook might want to go to, like it just did. I think I'm going to center my king. I'd like to get my king to like here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just so the rook can't infiltrate. Now what? I could trade off rooks, but I like how the rook is pinning the knight. So this is a time where I don't really want to get rid of the rooks. I think I'm just going to escort my pawn and chase that rook away. I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, I don't really want to trade rooks until I know I can make a queen. If I trade rooks too soon, then the knight will probably be able to stop my pawn from queening. Let's see. I think I'll just bring my king over. For some reason, I like my rook here on the b7 square instead. I like how this pawn is guarding that square. And my king is guarding all these squares. And the knight's still pinned, which is nice. So I think I'm just going to push the pawn. I will definitely take the rook. Let's see. If I take the knight, can I get a queen? Take. I'm pretty sure the king's outside of the square. Push. There. So I guess I can do it. Yeah, alright. Kind of don't like it. I probably shouldn't have. But I know I'll get a queen, so. I'll just take. Queen. I'll just bring my king in. Probably just mate with the king and queen. Alright, that was a good game. Let's go again. See if it'll play a different opening. I'm gonna stick with e4. It's playing the Caro-Kann. Hang on a second. Let me just. It's glitching. I know d4 is the main move. I'll be writing this opening in my notebook. My notepad. Okay, this is where I need to decide what I'm going to do, because there's, well, it's showing me 5 moves, of course, but the 3 moves I'm aware of is e5, knight c3, or e takes e5, d5. And I need to decide what my strategy is. It'd be good to learn all of them. But what one do I want to learn first? I know the best move is e5, so maybe I should play that. But I don't know if that goes along with my strategy. Because if I take, then I have an open e file. And I'm kind of liking the open positions better. It gives me something to do, like control the E file. It gives me something to do. When it's closed, I just don't like it, because once the pieces are developed, I don't know what to do when it's a closed position. Of course, that means I could do knight to c3. I could do that, and the main move is for black to take this pawn, and then I take with... It's just, I don't know, it's main theory, and I think people are going to know that more often. I think I'm going to try just taking the pawn. And I'm going to write it down. 1 e4 c6, 2 d4 d5, 3 e takes d5, c takes d5. This was interesting. Now I've never played the Exchange Caro-Kann before, so this is new waters for me, and I'm really not sure what to do. I got 5 moves I can play. There's probably more than that. And I get to decide what is my strategy. C4, according to the engine, is the best move. So maybe I should play it. But at this stage, it really doesn't matter. Maybe I should just play knight f3. It looks like knight f3, knight f6, and I should play c4 anyways. So it looks like c4 is going to be a move I should play. I'm going to try c4. I may change my mind later, but because it's just playing c4, this is going to feel like a queen's gambit to me. But I'm going to write it down. I'm going to try to learn it. So I played c4. And black played knight f6. It says c takes d5. Well, now I got to figure it again. What is my strategy? I think I'm just going to play knight c3. It's the best move by far. And I like knight c3. I was thinking knight f3, actually. But I guess, well, I don't like that I don't have an e-pawn anymore to push, because otherwise I would like to take, and then when black captures with the knight, I would push the knight with another pawn, but I don't have that. So I guess knight c3 is the best. I'll play that. So knight c3, and I'm gonna record one more move. So okay, you played g6, and 6th move. I don't like having that single pawn in the center. If I take c takes d5. What do I feel like playing? And I realize I don't like playing the Caro-Kann as white. Against the Caro-Kann, that is. I think let's go queen b3. I may learn to play both. We'll see. But let's do queen b3. I don't normally like bring my queen out this early, but it makes sense. It's adding more pressure. It's giving my opponent another opportunity to make a mistake. Yeah, d takes e5. That's just a free pawn, I think. So, and it attacks the knight, so I'm gonna take. Yeah, knight d5 looks good. I think bishop d2. Yep, bishop d2 is the best. Gonna take the queen, I assume. Yep. Alright. How do I wrap this up? I wanted to say just take the knight, because if he takes, I gotta fork, but the knight can just return. But then I can bring the bishop out. And I'm up material, so I guess trading pieces is fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Or do I bring... I think trading pieces is the way to go. And then I got these two pawns in the center. Okay, that was obviously a mistake. I'm just gonna take the knight. I should probably just resign this game to save time. But I need the practice of... Well, there's no quick win. So I guess I'll just develop the knight. When I don't see a quick win, that's when I want to play for the clock. Like, that's my strategy. I'm just going to defend by developing another piece. Obviously, I'm going to take the bishop. Threatening the pawn. Not anymore. Let's see if there's any tactics. I don't see anything. Well, actually, I think I can win the rook. Queen to b5. King moves here or here. And queen here wins the rook. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, now I go, what do I do from here? I'm just going to take that pawn. And I think I'm just going to take this pawn. Yeah. Then I go, what do I do from here? I think I'm just going to pin the bishop. Because the rook can't defend. Alright, so I think I'll just bring the king up. Now what? I think I'll just bring the rook in. Nope. I'm going to move the king because the bishop's threatening on attacking. I think I gotta move the queen. Alright, I'm gonna move the queen. Here, I think. Then I'm gonna bring the rook in. Let's trade that rook off. Now what do I do from here? Just gonna bring the king up. Obviously gonna take the bishop. Don't see a quick mate, but let's get the king out of here. Mate must be close. With the knight here, should be right here. Alright. Let's do another game. Let's do at least one more. See if we get a different opening. Gonna stick with e4 this time again. We get a Sicilian this time. Alright. I always play knight f3. Different move. Interesting. I don't know what to do here. So I'm going to write this down. 1e4, c5, 2, knight f3, f5. Says the best move is e takes f5, so that is what I'm going to play, and I'm going to record that down. E takes f5. All right. And he played knight h6. 6. I don't see a tactic to win something, so I think I'm going to end up losing that pawn, the f pawn. So I'm just going to develop. I think d4. It says d4 is the best move, and it looks good to me. So I think I'm just going to continue on developing. So I'm going to play d4. So it doesn't look like I won a pawn. The only thing I can say is black's king is weaker probably now. So we'll see what happens. So knight takes f5 was played. This is the best move is d takes c5, so I'm going to play that. For the first 5 or 6 moves, I kind of want to play the best moves, I think. Well, pretty much, unless it goes against my strategy. But let's see, so 5 is d takes c5. Knight a6, interesting. I may have to do a little more research with the engine on these moves to see what the best move is to play for black, because black may not be playing the best move. So bishop takes a6. I might have to do it just so I can save my pawn. I don't know if it saves it though. Do I care about that pawn, or do I want to develop? It says bishop takes a6 is a huge advantage. g4. I don't feel like playing g4. Like, I just don't think I'm at that point where I want to start doing g4. I think at this level I don't want to win that way. I kind of like having a safe king. g4 kind of ruins that. Dang, I don't really know what I want to do. There's bishop d3. Attacks the knight. That's kind of nice. No, my heart's saying to take the knight, so I'm going to do it. Bishop takes a6. But it's one of those moves where I feel good because in the moment when I play this in an actual game, I won't be upset if I play a different move. So there's multiple moves I could play in that game, in that position. All right, so those are my 6 moves that I recorded. Let me just save. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. We both have queens, both have rooks. Black's got 2 bishops and a knight. I got 2 knights and a bishop. I got 7 pawns versus 6 pawns. And we both have doubled pawns. So I'm up 1 pawn. Let's see. What do I want to do? Is there a tactic? Queen d5 looks pretty good. It attacks the knight and it attacks the rook. So maybe play it. Like, it just seems like it's a much better move than a 4-point move. It seems even better than that. So I'm going to play it. Like, if I don't see a tactic like that, then I just want to play developing moves. Okay, so I didn't calculate queen a5. But, yeah, knight c3 just develops a piece and blocks it, so... That looks like a mistake. It likes taking the knight over the rook. But they're still pretty close. Okay, what do I feel like doing? I like taking the more active piece, which is the knight. So, even though the rook's worth more. But I think my strategy is just to win something and then reassess the position and just go from there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And plus I'm still on this pawn. So, and black defends. Let's see. But I can still take the pawn with the bishop. Or the knight. Thing I don't like is if I take this pawn, black can move this pawn and then open an attack on my queen. So okay. I'm thinking of going back to queen d5 to attack the rook again. I could also go to e5 to attack the h8 rook. What is better? It says queen e4 or queen d5, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I guess I'll go queen d5. Sometimes there's just multiple good moves, and it's hard to pick one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taking that rook. I think that was just a mistake. So yeah, I'm just going to take the rook. I don't see any attack with the bishop or the queen. Now I'm just going to bring the queen back. Again, I don't see anything hanging. I think I'm just going to guard the knight. I don't see anything hanging. I don't see any threats. Except the bishop and the queen. Alright, now what? I think I like castling. Of course, I could take that pawn with the knight. It would be annoying if the pawn pushed. Dang, tough one. And the engine likes all of them. Those are the top three moves. Castling or knight takes g5. I just don't like if the pawn pushes. That really annoy. I guess I can just take it with the queen. So I guess it's not a big deal. So I'll castle, but which side? I think I'm gonna castle queen side. Because, I don't know, just to defend this pawn. I don't know. Alright. Now I gotta move my queen. This is the first real threat. Actually, I can just take the bishop, so I'll do that. I'll just take the queen. I know I'm up tons of material. This was probably a way better move than that. Like undoubling the pawns probably was not a good thing. But I'll take this pawn with the knight. Because I don't want, if he takes my knight, I want to be able to capture with the bishop. I probably should have kept queens on the board, but I got to learn how to convert even without the queens. Alright. Again, I don't know how to convert this win, so I guess I'll just develop the rook. Now what? To me, I'm thinking... Whoops, I meant to draw an arrow. F4. Just attacking the pawn. Let's see. I kind of like this knight move because it threatens this fork and it threatens this pawn. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So yeah. That knight is guarded. So... But I think I'm still going to move it. Actually, I can take this pawn with the rook. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now what? I think I'm going to check the king. Just see what happens, and then I'll check it again, see what happens. And I'll use this nice fork. I almost want to... I guess I'll just take the rook. Kind of wanted to take the bishop, but he trades it off for me anyways, so... even now, I don't know how to give a mate. There's too many pawns around to shield the king. So I have to come up with another game plan. Let's see. Let's take this pawn. And I guess let's pin this pawn. And I can attack it again with a rook or a knight. I think I'll just attack that pawn. It'll probably move. Let's pin it. Let's fork it. I probably just made a mistake, yeah. Just defend it, I think. Let's take the pawn. Now what? Let's check the king. Mate should be close. I think that's mate. There we go. Good game. That was the third game. These games are taking longer than I thought. I don't want this video to be too long, but I'm debating how much. I might have to do a little more practicing off stream. I'm debating how long I want to make these videos. Do I want to make it where it's like super long, like 3 hours? To play like 10 games. It's just I don't think I'm ready to move on to another bot. I'm winning these games, but I'm getting openings that I'm not familiar with. So I kind of keep. I kind of want to keep adding to the list of openings by playing more games at this level. I think that's good for today. Maybe I'll stream some more tomorrow. I'm not sure how much practicing I'm going to do off camera. I kind of want to do a lot. We'll see. Because I think to get better, I'm going to have to do more practicing. But I need to strategize of how I want to learn these openings. Like, I'm kind of debating, like, once I get through intermediates, once I get through the intermediates, do I want to switch to what I'm going to start playing as black? Or do I want to go to the advanced bot with e4 first? And once I'm good at the advanced bots, then start over with the black pieces. Yeah. I think I'm going to do a lot more practicing against this bot off camera. And I think I've shown you how to do this, and I've shown you how to take notes, and then you should review your notes every so often. So I'm going to take more I'm going to play more games and take way more notes off camera. And then if you have any advice, leave me in the comments of how you think I should attack this problem, of what I should do. Maybe, do you guys want to see very long videos where I'm playing lots of games, or just a few? And then just practicing off camera, maybe on my Twitch channel. Maybe that's what I should do. Alright, I'll have to think about it. But I'll be back at some point. I'm probably going to practice off camera. That's probably what I'm going to do. And just so the video's not too long. But I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. But leave me in the comments what you think I should do. I'm definitely open to advice. So I hope you have a good one. Enjoy your day, and just have a good one. Bye.